to Preston Educational Academy. Here we are here with a new video on organization behavior. So let's begin. Factors influencing organizational behavior. Now, in the past videos, we have learned what is organizational behavior, what are its nature characteristics and features, and what are the approaches in organizational behavior. Now these are the things which we have learned in the past videos. Now in this video we are going to learn what are the factors that influence the organization's behavior. Now these factors are divided into two parts. One would be the internal factors and next would be the external factors. Now these factors have a great impact on the human beings who work in an organization. They impact the behavior of a human being. Now let's see how and in what way these factors are impacting the organization's behavior. So let's begin. The first we'll go with the internal key elements that are influencing organizational behavior. Organizational culture, leadership style and communication channels greatly influence people employee behavior and performance. Let's see what are the internal factors that influence organization behavior. The first one would be culture. Now India is a diverse country. We have lot of traditions over here, we have lot of cultures, we have various languages. Now these play a major role when they are impacting or influencing in organization. Now how? Shared values. Employees uphold the company's core values in their daily works. Now how a human being is being brought up, what are their values, what are their morals, these things highly influence their core values in their daily work. Now next would be the communication. Open and transparent communication fosters trust and collaboration. How open are the employees with each other, how open is the organization within itself, and how can we trust, these things matter a lot while we are communicating with somebody. So communication also plays a major role in influencing the organization's behavior. Now next comes the traditional. Established rituals and customs create a sense of identity and belonging. Now we have various traditions available and every society is having its own traditions and own customs. Now these customs and traditions play a major role when a human being is working in an organization. They play a major role, like what background they come from, what customs, what religions they follow, what rituals they follow. These things play a major role and they give a big impact on organizations behavior. So it's very important in an organization to take all these things together and implement them, have a proper system to it, and it should be implemented in a good way so that the organization goals are achieved easily and there is no problem that is being created, there are no disputes which are being created within the employees. So these organizational culture, these culture represents a big barrier in every organization, and they have to be treated when and there when there is required. Now next comes the leadership style. Now how is it? Now we all know that there are three levels of management, right? The top level, the middle level, and then comes the lower level. Now the top level management gives a decision which is followed by the middle level people, and again then it is followed with the lower level. Now how are these levels being managed? How is their leadership style? We have three leadership styles. Let's look at them. One is the autocratic leadership, categorized by centralized control and decision making. In this kind of leadership, there is one decision which is made and it is being implemented on all the three levels, and it has to be followed by everyone. Now this is autocratic leadership style. Now next comes the democratic leadership style. In this leadership, they encourage all the three levels to make decisions. They can be a part of various decisions and also help in the meetings. They participate in each and every decision making, and they have a good collaboration within themselves. Employees are given a chance to come up with their own perspectives, with their own thoughts and ideas. So that is democratic leadership. Now next comes the transformational leadership. Inspires and motivates employees towards a common vision. In this kind of leadership, the employee is mainly motivated. He's motivated to work, he's inspired from the higher management, and he looks after everything for the higher management, and it's very much dedicated towards the work. By this way, they can easily achieve the common vision of the organization. They can easily achieve the main objective of the organization in this kind of leadership. Now let's see what is the next internal factor. The next another factor is organizational structure. Now every organization is having its different types of structures. So we can see there are three different types of structures. One is centralization and decentralization. In this kind of structure, examining the degree of decision making authority and control within the organization. Now here the organization might be divided into three. One is top, middle, and the lower level. Now what kind of authorities that's the top level is having, and what kind of authorities is the middle level having, and what kind of authorities and what decisions can a lower level of management take. Now these things are clearly distributed among these three levels. Now this type of structure is called as centralization versus decentralization method, where one level will have its own control. They can have their own control over the authorities. Now next comes the functional versus divisional structure. Understanding how different functions or divisions are organized within the company. In this kind of structure, various functions are mentioned which are to be followed by everyone at any cost, or at any point, at any situation. These functions have to be followed. This kind of structure is called as functional structure. Now next comes the matrix structure, where exploring the dynamic interplay between multiple lines of authority and responsibility. Now here it is a mixture of authority and responsibility. Now in this kind of structure, we can say that a particular level of management is required to have authority and responsibility towards the organization to achieve the objective for that organization. So next internal factor would be human resource policies. Now here HR, this is the main subject where we hear nowadays. Now in the human resource, recruitment and selection. How are people hired? What is the outlining process of hiring employees in the organization? What kind of roles and responsibilities does a particular human need to have to be hired in the organization? We can see this part in HR. And next comes the compensation and benefits. Guidelines for employee salaries, bonuses, and additional perks are disclosed in compensation. All salary discussions and perks, bonuses, hikes, all these kinds of things would be discussed by the HR in the compensation and benefits. Now next comes the performance management. How an individual is performing in the organization. Like how is he performing? Is he performing good, or is he performing bad? What is his score? What is his error? And how is he improving day by day is being monitored with the performance management. Now next comes the training and development. Now this individual has to be trained and has to be increasingly develop his skills. He has to enhance his skills. Now these skills are enhanced by the training and development teams. This would be a major factor for an organization to achieve its objective. It has to invest on an employee by training him with various new technologies, various new advancement and all. That's how he grows individually and also enhances his skills. Now let's look to the next one. Now, next are the external factors that influence organizational behavior. Here we learned all about the internal factors, what is going within the organization, within the employees, within their traditions, within their customs, and how are they reacting in an organization. Everything was within the organization. Now, external is something which is outside of the organization. These outside factors also affect. These outside factors could be like weather conditions, or it could be societal uh, regulations, or it might be government regulations. All these are the external factors which influence an organization. So let's see. External key elements significantly impact organizational behavior. Economic factors can create a sense of stability or uncertainty, while technological advancement influence operational methods and employee agreement. Now, these economic factors, the government factors, the weather, the societal factors, all these are outside on the external factors which influence organizational behavior. Now, let's see what are these or these external factors. First would be the economic factors. What is economic factors here? It is the market fluctuations. These are mainly the market fluctuations which we see. For example, these market fluctuations could be supply, it could be demand, or it could also impact the price. All these things are the market conditions, fluctuations in supply, demand, pricing impact the organization decision making. These factors could easily influence an organization's behavior. Now, next would be the government policies. Government policies is mostly related to trade regulations, the tax, the policies what the government has bought in. These factors could also influence an organization. Taxation, trade regulations, fiscal policies affect business operations and strategies. These mainly affect the business operations. Now, next is global economic trends. Now, these all external factors would be within the country. Now, there is an external factors which is also coming globally, that is worldwide. These markets also affect what market is being going on throughout the world, is also affecting the organization. Changes in international markets influence strategic planning and investment decisions. So changes within the country and worldwide, both are affecting the organization, both are influencing the organization's behavior. Now let's look to the next external factor. It is technological factors. Technological factors could be, we see modern technologies implementing day by day, right? So there is a scare for our data security. Our data might be hacked, our policies might be leaked out, and we have various automated tools coming up. So we might, our organization, if it's not catching up with the modern technology which is going on right now, we might stay back and we might suffer huge losses. So due to which we have to be updated with the automations, we have to be updated with the technology. So the first one here is automation and AI integration. Adoption of advancement technologies for process automation and integration. We have to adopt on daily basis, like what technology is latest, we have to be connected with the latest technology. We have to be connected with it. And next comes digital transformation, embracing digital tools and platforms to enhance operational efficiency. Now we have to bring up all the latest tools in our organization for better proficiency, for better efficiency within the employees, and for the betterment of reaching the organizational goals. Now these things should come up. We have to look after such things so that the organization is achieving its objective on daily basis. Now let's look at data security and privacy. As I said, the technology is increasing day by day, so there is a bigger threat for the data security. Ensuring robust measures to safeguard sensitive data and privacy in the digital landscape. We have to ensure and safeguard our data which is sensitive, and our privacy policies should be protected. then and wherever it is required, we should be updated with the data security systems. So these are the technological factors which influence the organization behavior. Now let's look to the next one. It is the social factors. What are the social factors? It might be changes in the population, changes in age, gender. All these kinds of things also affect the organization's behavior. It might be age, it might be gender. This impact in a very big way. So these demographic shifts, when there is a change in population, there is a change in gender, there is a change in age, these give a big impact on the organization. Now next come the social expectations. Expectations of corporate social responsibility influence employee and customer perceptions. What is an organization's expectations towards the society is also a major part. So this also will be a social factor which is influencing the organization. Now next is the culture. We already spoke, there are a lot of various cultures and various people available. So this multicultural diversity will also affect the organization. Now let's look to the next thing. It is political factors. What are these political factors? These could be trade practices, it could be tax rates, or it could be regulations which are bought by the government. These are the political factors which are influencing organization behavior. Now first would be government policies. Now and then the government policies are being changed which might affect the organization's behavior. So regulatory policies and legislation affecting business operations and decision making. Now these government policies might affect the organization's behavior. Now next is political stability. Impact of political stability and instability on business investments and expansions. Now these investments play a major role. Now being stable and also being unstable of these things might affect the organization's behavior. Now next is the international relations, the trade agreements, tariff and global political relationships affecting the organization. The trade practices which we are following, the trade agreements which we are following keep changing from time to time, and they somehow affect the organizational behavior. These trade practices are bought by the government, it's brought worldwide, so they might affect the organization. So these were the internal and external factors which were influencing the organization's behavior. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. Do like, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you.